Me struggling to build a basic loader.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to build a spinning loader in CSS. Specifically, I'm talking about this kind of loaders that you see in a lot of websites. And these are a good entry point actually when you are trying to learn CSS animations because they teach you the basics of CSS animation and allow you to build something that is used by websites a lot. Like almost every website has some kind of loader. So this is a good starting point to learn about CSS animations as well. And with that in mind, let's just say if someone asks you how to build a spinning loader in CSS, then you have to break that problem into 4 steps or 3 steps. Now, the first step is to create a div with equal width and height. Once you have created a div with equal width and height, make sure that you don't apply background color, but apply a border to it so that it is square in shape. Then we apply a border radius of 50% to make it circular. Then we apply a border at the top of it, which is colorful, and then we apply a spinning animation to make it spinning or have a spinning animation. So let's try to understand that with a bit of code. So let's just say we have a div with class loader, we have a body, and we have a loader CSS class applied. So what we can first do is we can go to the body and apply some background so that the loader looks good. So let's just say I have applied a background color as gray, and as you can see we have a gray background. Next, in the loader class we can apply some width. So let's just say width is 50 px, height is also 50 px, and then we apply some border. So we go with border 5 px, a solid border, and let's just apply a white color. So this is what the div looks like right now. It is a square shaped div. The next thing we can do is we can center the div. So we apply a height of 100 VH to the body. Then we apply a display flex property. So this is a common question as well. That is how to center a div to the center of the page. So we apply display flex. Then we apply align items to center, and we go with justify. This align items basically vertically centers the div, and justify content center will horizontally center the div. So as you can see now the div is at the center of the page. Now this is a square shaped div. So let's make it circular. For that we use border radius property. Now border radius basically allows you to make some like rounded cubes. Like if we add a border radius of 10 px, it will be rounded a bit. Now if we set this to 50%, then the div becomes circular. So as you can see we have a circular div. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to apply a border to the top. So let's just say we apply a blue colored border, and this also has to be 5 px and solid. So now you can see we have a div. Next thing that we need to do is we need to apply animations. Now for animations, we have a code like this. So we first start off with keyframes. So keyframes basically tells the CSS that hey, we are like creating a frame by frame animation. We give the animation some name. For example, let's just say it is spin, and then we tell the CSS how we want it to look. So at 0%, this has to have a transformation of rotate 0 degree. So basically it will stay at this page, and when the animation has finished, then it has to have a rotation of 360 degrees. So it will rotate 360 degree and come back to the original place. Now, in order to apply this animation, we need to use the animation keyword, and then we can say the animation name. For example, this is spin, and we can set it to 1 second. So now as you can see the animation is spinning for once and it is loading. Now if I want it to be repeating, in that case we set it to linear so that it is a uniform animation, and we set it to run infinitely using infinite as the keyword. So in this case the loader will start spinning and we have a spinning loader at our disposal. The key note to determine here is when we said that we have a transformer at 0 degree, it will start from 0 degree and it will keep rotating at 360 degree. Now you can play around with this. For example, let's just say I can go to some funny animations, like let's just say at 50%, this is at 90, and let's just say at 360 degree it is back to 0 again. So Now it will like go to 90 degree and come back. If I set this to 180, it will go down and then come back. So we can like creatively use it a lot. But for now, let's just set it to 360 degree. And as you can see, we have a spinning animation. Now this 180 degree is not required. So let's remove it. Now you can even play around with border radius. For example, if you set it to, let's just say 10 px, you will have a loader which is like loader spinning, but spinning at a different rate. So you can do that as well. But let's just set it to 50%. And with that in mind, we have a spinning loader. Now you can like creatively use this to create a lot of loaders. So let's just say if you ask for a spinning loader to load, it will obviously generate a lot of better loader. So these are a few examples which you can take inspiration from. So you have a neon cube loader, then pulsing sphere loader, neon rings loader, or a DNA helix, or neon pulse, which is a commonly used loader, or just a loading glowing text. Now, all of them are like examples of not just loaders, but fancy animations which have basics as same as what we had. So basically, this slowly transforms to this as you improve your code. So you can find the source code here and you can go through it. It's a bit long source code, but basically this is how you create spinning loader animation using CSS3 and HTML. There is no JavaScript involved. This is just pure CSS loader. So yeah, that's it from my end for today. Thank you for watching the video. And if you found the content useful, then subscribe for more such videos in your country. So goodbye and have a nice day.
Let's learn like this daily and stay relevant in the age of AI.